Masters and no guests. Cast your mind back to the very first time you heard that word Toastmasters. Was it word of mouth?
Yeah.
Did someone tell you about it? Show of hands. Okay. Same with me. Susan told me about it, my sister, and then I told my daughters. So word of mouth, and we're all here. But what about others? Did you come through online? Did you search online? And aren't you glad that Toastmasters had an online presence? Because you found us all these wonderful people. We found you, but it started with a little search. And let me ask you another question. How many of us here have an online presence for ourselves? Wow, quite a few. So that could be maybe LinkedIn or job hunters to find us, or maybe you're part of another group and maybe you support that, or even here in Toastmasters, there's some roles in the committee where you can do the promotion of the club. So today, I wanted to talk about a time in my life when I helped set up an online presence for a meditation group I'm with. And I'm going to break it down into two parts, just like building a house. You wouldn't just build a house first, would you? You go in the planning stage and then the building. So I'm going to talk about online presence like that. So the planning stage, if you think about it, I'll give you my own personal story. 20 odd years ago, we moved to Milton Keynes. Tavleen, my middle daughter, she was 6 months old. Simon was a couple of years older. Dale wasn't even born. But I was, as Dawn mentioned, we've known each other a long time. And at that time, I was running meditation classes at home. And at that time, I was looking for spiritual knowledge. I went online. I read all the books. I couldn't find something that kind of fitted what I was looking for. Then I found a mentor. I emailed him for a couple of years. I had all this knowledge about this topic. And I thought, I can't leave everyone behind me. So the Harjit from 2 or 3 years ago who was asking all these questions, there's going to be other Harjits, other people coming behind me. Like if you hack through a jungle and you finally see the light through the clearing, are you just going to run for the light, or are you going to pause first and think, have I left a path behind for others? I always felt like that. Anything I've learned, I need to leave something behind. So when in the planning stage, there's two questions to ask. Who is your target audience? And why will they come to you? Your unique selling point. And in my case, I wasn't thinking like this 20 years ago. I just had this feeling, I've got to leave something behind, but it's going to be people like me, 2 years behind. And what's a unique selling point? Same way I couldn't find what I was looking for in other places. It's going to be simple, in English, in the kind of topic I'm interested in. So that was the planning stage. Then the next part is building it. So originally I thought, a book, yes, let's write a book. But a book, put it on Amazon or PDF on the internet, it's going to get lost. And you've got a barrier to entry, someone has to buy the book. And then the knowledge is just going to be hidden away on some gathering electronic dust on some website. So I thought, no, website. So this is 2006, and it was still quite a new thing. Even though I'm in IT, I didn't know anything about online. So I learned how to make websites, branded it, made it look nice, put all these emails, made them into articles, put my mentor's writings up there, some of my writings. And I sat back, waiting for the masses to come. No, nothing. So there's another two things you need to know about websites. Marketing and selling. I read recently, marketing is pretty much telling people about it, and selling is making them, once they're there, to help them cross the line. And if you're selling some product, buy that product or some course or whatever it is, help them cross the line. So in terms of marketing, with Google, if you went on Google, you search Toastmasters or you search Seek Meditation or whatever, unless those links come on the first page, Do you ever go on the second page to find, looking for a plumber in Milton Keynes? Would you ever go to the second page, or the third page, or page 19? So somehow you have to get your website onto the first page. To do that, there's something called SEO, search engine optimization, putting keywords in there. So I had to learn all of that. And then the easy way is Google Ads. Spend £1 a day on ads. If someone typed the keywords I wanted, my little ad would come up there, linked to our website. So that's the marketing part. But then once someone came to the website, much like yourself, Nick, you probably ended up on either Meetup or the Toastmaster's international website. And from there you send an email. So people used to email me, I got to know them. This was called a sales funnel. So they come to the website, they come to they're contacting me now on the emails, I got to know them. And this is before Facebook, so I had an email group, Yahoo groups, and just had people on there, and then people started talking to each other. And then from that, over a few years, there's a few people in London, I wasn't too far, and we started meeting in the real world. From social media to actual real life social, so a bit like here, now you're here. And 20 years later, we still meet. And we've got a group here, I've got friends in Toronto, they meet, Vancouver, India, there's a few groups, and now Australia as well, my mentor's going to go there next month. So this all started from a little website 20 years ago. And you can imagine 100 years ago, which is the 100th anniversary of Toastmaster this year, Ralph Smedley, 100 years ago, he had the same feeling. There was a struggle with making public speaking accessible to the wider population. He wrote down, in those days he wrote down everything, became manuals, became courses, became one group, became another group. 100 years later, look, I think 4 million members worldwide. So this is the two parts. If you're looking at building a social media presence, plan it, who's your audience, why would they come to you, and then how do you get them to your website, the social media, and how do you then kind of make them cross the line? Like you crossed the line, you're here now. Okay? So in conclusion, what I'd like to say is that in this world we live in right now, we have to have some kind of social skills. Let me leave you with this quote from the film Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. Mr. Toastmaster.